The fight between Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois went crazy on live TV. Joshua knocked out Dubois not just once or twice, but 3 times. In the second round, Dubois felt the full force of Joshua's powerful punches, which led to a big and embarrassing loss. Now, Dubois might take a long time to recover from this defeat. Reports say he suffered a head injury during the fight. Besides, he has to come to terms with the fact that he was beaten by Joshua, which is a tough pill to swallow. The first round kicked off with a lot of excitement for the fans. Joshua started with a slow jab to Dubois' body, but Dubois quickly responded with a long left hook. Dubois tried to keep his distance by throwing some decent jabs. Joshua blocked a few of his punches with his gloves, keeping things steady. Then, Dubois suddenly switched to a southpaw stance, changing up his strategy. Out of nowhere, Joshua landed a massive right hand, sending Dubois crashing to the canvas. The crowd went wild as Dubois struggled to get back up, clearly hurt by the powerful punch. Just when it looked like Joshua had full control, he got caught by a left hook from Dubois as he moved in. This first round was full of action and surprises. In the second round, Joshua's clever moves were throwing Dubois off balance. Dubois didn't switch back to his southpaw stance, which seemed to be a mistake. Joshua landed a powerful right hand straight to Dubois' jaw. Then, Joshua followed up with sharp jabs, first to the body and then to the head. Dubois tried to fight back, but Joshua was too quick. Dubois went down hard, but he managed to get up and keep going. And that's the second knockout. You might think Dubois would have had enough by now, but no, he's not giving up. Even after being knocked down twice, Dubois is determined to keep fighting. He still believes he can turn things around and maybe get lucky with a strong punch that could knock Joshua down. But from the looks of it, things aren't going in his favor. Dubois keeps trying to push forward, but Joshua isn't giving him any room to breathe. Every time Dubois tries to get close, Joshua's sharp jabs and powerful punches keep him at bay. It's becoming clear that Joshua is just too strong and too skilled for Dubois to handle at this point. Now it's round 3, and Dubois is trying to put pressure on Joshua with his jab. He's coming forward more, but Joshua is still landing punches, especially to the body. Even though Dubois is pushing, Joshua is finding his range easily. At one point, Dubois steps in, and Joshua takes the chance to hit him with a right hand. Dubois tries to go to the body, but Joshua answers back with a big left hook that lands hard. Joshua is also throwing some good body shots that are scoring points. Dubois is struggling to land his punches because every time he tries to throw, Joshua hits him first. It's getting clear that Dubois is having a hard time. He's trying to attack, but Joshua's quick hands and accurate punches are making it difficult for him. Dubois is tough, but right now, Joshua seems to be in control, landing more shots and keeping the upper hand. In the fourth round, Dubois keeps throwing his jabs, but he's still struggling to win that battle. Joshua keeps pumping his jabs to Dubois' head and body, staying in control. At one point, Dubois manages to slip a jab through, but Joshua fires back with a scary right hand that just barely misses Dubois' chin. Dubois starts focusing more on his defense as Joshua keeps looking for a chance to land a big, powerful punch. Dubois tries to counter with a nice left as he moves around the ring, trying to stay away from Joshua's pressure. But Joshua quickly cuts off the ring, trapping Dubois in the corner. With nowhere to go, Dubois has to work hard to get out of the corner, and both fighters trade right hands. Now, Joshua lands a solid right hand early in round 5, showing that he's fighting with a lot of confidence. His jab is on point, and he follows it up with a strong, straight right. He keeps the pressure on with another punch to Dubois' body. Dubois tries to fight back, but he gets caught with a left hand that shakes him up. Joshua can tell Dubois is hurt, and with about a minute left in the round, he goes on the attack. Dubois blocks a right hook and seems to recover a bit, but Joshua isn't letting up. He lands another hard shot to the body, then a left hook that forces Dubois to step back just before the bell. But just when it looks like Dubois might make it through the round, Joshua lands another big shot, and Dubois goes down for the 3rd time. The round ends with Dubois on the canvas, struggling to keep up with Joshua's relentless offense. It was clear from the start that this fight belonged to Joshua. With 3 knockdowns already, Dubois should understand that he is still far from reaching Joshua's level. The power Joshua displayed was something Dubois couldn't handle, no matter how hard he tried. Each time Dubois went down, it became more obvious that he was outmatched. Joshua's punches were too strong, and Dubois struggled to keep up. Even though Dubois trained hard, it wasn't enough to close the gap between them. The result of this fight shows that Joshua is still far ahead in skill and strength. Now, the tension between Joshua and Dubois began after their sparring session. During that session, it was said that Dubois managed to get the upper hand on Joshua. This claim made waves because some people believed that Dubois might have had the potential to beat Joshua even back then. But Joshua quickly denied this, brushing it off as just a small moment in the heat of sparring. Joshua was clear in saying that Dubois' success in sparring didn't mean much. According to him, it was just a stroke of luck and shouldn't be taken seriously. He emphasized that sparring and an actual fight are two completely different things. In his eyes, what happened back then doesn't hold any weight for what will happen in a real match. After the sparring session, promoter Frank Warren proudly claimed that his new fighter, Dubois, had knocked down Anthony Joshua at the GB Performance Institute in Sheffield. This was big news because Joshua had just become the IBF heavyweight champion after defeating Charles Martin. Warren's words stirred up excitement, making people think that Dubois had the skills to beat a champion like Joshua. When asked about the sparring session, Anthony Fowler, a former professional boxer, shared his thoughts. He explained that the reason Joshua got knocked down was because he got a bit clumsy. Fowler mentioned that if Joshua had been more careful and not let his guard down, Dubois wouldn't have had the chance to knock him down. Joshua must have been a little clumsy sparring him, and he got caught with a short left hook, and Joshua's legs completely went. Dubois could have hit him again and put him to sleep, but Dubois had a bit too much respect for him to finish him off. Even if the knockdown really happened, Joshua made sure it wouldn't happen again in their actual fight. Joshua was determined to prove himself and show that the knockdown in sparring was just a fluke. When they finally fought, Joshua made sure to knock Dubois down 3 times. This was his way of getting back at Dubois and showing that he was ready for anything. Joshua wanted to make it clear that he was not going to let anyone get the better of him. So, with Joshua winning this one, what are your thoughts on this fight? Please let me know down below.
You can't intimidate me.
Don't disrespect.
You can't intimidate me.
Daniel, don't
Who do you
disrespect.
think you are?
Daniel, don't disrespect me. Can't
No, don't disrespect me on my life.
don't disrespect me on my life.
No, man.